The website of an architecture practice is usually the first connection point of a client and the practice. It is the most formal public face of the company, representing its values and styles as well as communicating its services with the client. As an architect, you want to engage the attention of potential clients in the specific niche that you are specialized in, rather than trying to grab everyone's attention at once. That's why the best architecture websites are usually the ones that you can completely understand their style and approach towards architecture when you visit them. Surprisingly, the best websites among the practices are not for architects. And in fact, sometimes architects have the worst websites, trust me. But it probably doesn't really matter to many of them, as they are already too big, so that whatever they do, they can always get new jobs without too much hassle. In this video, I will show you 3 examples of websites that I really like and have won different awards, and as well as discussing what has made them so special and stand out from a client point of view, and how does the website enhance the experience of the user. I have kept my favorite website at the end of this video. I will talk about why this website is so amazing and what we can learn from them so you can apply it to your own architecture practice website as well. And make sure you stick around until the end of this video to check out the most amazing architecture practice website that probably you've ever seen. Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Amir and I'm a Master of Architecture graduate based in London. And here in my channel, I talk about nuances to architecture, whether it is technology, entrepreneurship, sustainability, and basically anything within this realm. Today, I've taken 3 websites that were either shortlisted or won the award for the Archiboo's Best Visual Design Award, which is a competitive award that has been there for quite a few years now, recognizing the best works in storytelling, content creation, and website design within UK's architecture world. The first website that I want to talk about is the winner for the best visuals of Archiboo's award for this year, which is the Office S&M. And I have to say that I really like their website, as well as their generic representation style, as well as their actually architectural style. S&M is a small architecture practice based in London, working on projects from private residential to playful public realm. S&M is known for their colorful style and their experimental approach in using materials. So first of all, when you go to their website homepage, you are confronted with a simple structure which you can read very easily and find your way around. They have a unique font which goes really well with their style, which I really like. On one side, in big writing, you can read a paragraph about the practice, and on the other side, they have presented an image of a project which represents their design ethos and use of colors and materials, which is quite useful. That's really important because the first thing that the potential client might see is the image and not the text. And that specific image is worth 1,000 words because it entirely presents the company's style. I also like the fact that the mouse pointer becomes a green circle when you go over the image. As you scroll down, you see there are other projects in the same format, which is half image, half text format, which seems to work quite well for them as they are a relatively small practice, but not quite sure if that actually works for larger practices as well. Going to their portfolio page, you can see a simple 3-column grid showing projects as well as other works that they've done or doing. The only thing I don't like about this page is the different use of imagery for each project. For example, some of the projects are represented by a render and some by an actual image of the completed project, and some with a diagram. So I don't really see a consistent style of graphics in their images. I quite like their services page, where they make your wayfinding easy if you are a potential client. You can choose which type of client you are, whether you are a developer, a homeowner, or you are from the council. However, when you click on one of them, you enter a very text-heavy page where you have to spend loads of time absorbing everything they have written to understand their services. Whereas if they replace the whole text, or at least the majority of text, by a few diagrams with their own style of colorful drawing, that would make much more sense, and it would be much easier to understand the services that they are offering. There is nothing really special in their about page. I expected to see more interesting and creative way of introducing the company and the staff, but like the previous page, it's very text heavy and quite busy. Overall, we can say that their website is simple to navigate and has authentic graphic matching the company's design style. At the same time, it can be improved a lot by cutting so much of the text and replacing them by graphics and diagrams, for example. The second website was shortlisted in Archiboo's award this year, and it's for a practice that I used to work before called Michaelis Boyd Associates. So Michaelis Boyd is a London and New York based architecture and interior design practice, mostly working in high-end residential sector, hospitality and restaurants. Their website is ideal to me because it doesn't bombard you with so many projects at once, which is usually what other practices do on their website, bombard you with so many projects at once. But this one is keeping it simple. I quite like that. It starts with a full screen image of their recent completed project, and as you scroll, you land on different sections of their homepage where you only see a full screen page of that specific section and nothing else. Nothing text heavy at all, and in fact you don't see much text apart from the about section where you read a few paragraphs about the practice. It's really interesting how they did it. As you go down, the text next to their name keeps changing and changing to different categories of their project, as they also represent the scope of work this way in the homepage, which I think is very smart. To view each project, you can click on the title of the project and will be transferred into a simple and well-designed page where you see the best shots of the project and only a small text next to them giving some more detail and information about the project. The composition of the text and the images work quite well, and I think the font size is working really well. It doesn't appear too big to grab the attention, or it's not also too small to get lost. I would only say sometimes the gaps between the images are too much and can be made less, but other than that, I quite enjoy this page. When you go to their all projects page, 2 projects at a time are presented to you, and you are not again overloaded with too much information, which is always, as I said, other architecture practices do, so please try to avoid that. They have also assigned tags for each project, and then you can click on the tag to see a list of filtered projects under that specific tag, which is very useful. One of my most favorite pages of the website is the people page, mainly because you can really see individuals' identities within their descriptions. Each person gets to name their favorite city, favorite artist, author, building color, etc. And I actually find this information very useful if I wanted to, go and meet one of these people in a meeting or something if I were a client, because I knew about them already and I knew some interesting information about that person, which always gonna help you in the meeting with the person. This is again quite a nice way of designing a page about the employees of the company to really show that the individual's identity, interest, characters is also what makes the company what it is, right? I also like the pictures and background colors, which are again from the color palette of Michaelis Boyd brand, which is smart again. Now let's go to my favorite website of all. The third website is also shortlisted in the Archiboo's competition or award, and is for Vita Architecture. I had never heard of the company's name before. Apparently it's a young architecture practice based in London and Surrey. I have to say that I really like their websites for a few reasons that I will discuss and show you. But from the beginning, you are confronted with a highly graphical and dynamic homepage. Everything is very interactive, but at the same time, it doesn't overwhelm you as well. When you hover the mouse over the black circle, you can view their project real quickly, which is a nice way of designing it, I guess. And I have to say, I have never seen anything like this in an architecture website, so I actually quite like it. Then when you go down, some pictures and text from one of their recent projects pop out, and you can click on the next and previous buttons to see their selected projects on their homepage. Going into their project list page, you are again confronted with a design that you probably have never seen in an architecture website. Here you have to scroll down, and while you do that, the names of the project with some pictures of them move up. I have to say I'm not a fan of such arrangements for the most important page of the website, as I feel it's quite confusing. Sometimes it's not possible to say which image belongs to which project, and also images are very different to each other and they are not the same type. They are renders, they are diagrams, they are sketches. They are not the same type, which makes them more confusing. Let's now move on to my favorite page of the website, which is the About page. The reason that I really like this page so much is because it has a nice background music, and when you go down to testimonials, you can actually listen to the testimonials as you scroll down in a nice tone of voice.
Vita Architecture were absolutely brilliant in every aspect, incredibly thorough, and the designs were both innovative and thoughtful. I would highly recommend them.
I actually think it makes the user experience so much better hearing the good thing that other people have said about the company with nice background music. I personally really liked all three websites, but if I were to rank them, I would rank Vita's website first, then Michaelis Boyd second, and then S&M third. I have to say these websites were very inspiring to me, and I hope we see more of architecture companies that really think about their website designs and try to represent their values and styles through their web platforms. If you don't know how to build a website from scratch, subscribe to the channel as I will teach you how to elegantly design your website as an architect in a future video. So be confident that you can do it yourself without knowing how to code. Also, if you want to learn how to build businesses and make money in Metaverse, watch this video that I did before, which I teach you how you can actually do it yourself in different layers of Metaverse. I hope you have a great rest of the day and see you in the next video.